What's up, gang? Let me just angle you up slightly. So today, it's a bit of a weird one. For all of you, this will just be day, whatever it is. What's actually happened is I've been ill for 2 weeks. So you guys are seeing, basically, I forget which day it is, but whatever the last episode was to this episode has been 2 weeks. I have been badly ill, like COVID-esque symptoms. Good news, I'm 119. Bad news, I have been crushed by a 270 squat and the second rep of a 220 bench in the meantime. So I am struggling and fighting demons, as it were. But today we have the start of the taper for Southerns. So my body has had its time to be ill. Now I just need it to show up. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, it is also hot as balls in Bath. It's like 31 degrees, 30 degrees. It's very, very warm. So I am struggling to get my knee sleeves on. Which is where this hat comes in. For those of you that don't know, if you ever struggle with getting your knee sleeves on, if you thread deadlift straps through, and you grab them, and you should be able to get your knee sleeves on properly, comparative to try and do it by hand and, you know, RP11 fighting, just trying to get knee sleeves on. I'm sure we've all been there at some point. But yeah, man, I don't know. I thought I was feeling better early last week. I was like, right, my symptoms have subsided. You know, my symptoms subsided. I feel more human. So I'm kind of like ready to get back to it, but unfortunately, they weren't. And I ended up getting a pretty nasty and messed up back. Yeah, my back got pretty cut up by a 270 squat that went wrong, and it went like badly wrong. It nearly pinned me. I didn't have any safeties nor spotters because I thought 270, no need for that, and I regret it deeply. Come on, come here. Yannick's here. Say wagwan, Yannick. Yeah, see you, man. We'll organise something with you, me, and Adrian again soon, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Come. Yeah, that's Yannick. Yannick is much taller and bigger than I am. He's still a junior though. Bro, it's crazy, the size of some of these juniors. Like, I've always been told throughout my life how big I am in comparison to everyone. Bro, I'm nothing on the size of some of these guys. Yannick's like 6'5", 6'6". So next to my like 6'3" frame, he's a big boy. And also, Yannick's going up to 120 plus. So he is a 120, but we were talking, he was like, you know, he struggles being 120. I can kind of be 120, you know, there's other competitors near my height in 120 in England, you know, let alone globally. But yeah, you know, I don't know anyone in the 120s who's as tall as Yannick, so I feel for that boy, because there is like that entire discussion about height caps rather than weight caps. Kind of makes sense. Obviously you would need weight limits, but I don't know. What's your guys and girls' opinions on, like, if you couldn't go to like 120 if you weren't over 6 foot? How do you think that would play out? Because I mean, in some ways, I guess you could call it healthy. Like if you're 120 kilos of muscle at 5'10", first of all, you're not natural. That's insane. But I think a lot of the guys who are in 120 could probably be 105. It's just easier for them to be 120. I guess this goes for everyone, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to see you for top set, and hopefully I can get us there. Talk soon. Okay. Let's put that right. So I realised the thing for my squat is I'm struggling to get my shelf set, which I've known for a while. But the knock-on effect that's having is when I can't set my shelf, I end up rounding to try and like keep the bar on my back, and then when I do that I get a butt wink. So if I can just get my shelf set, then I can get my back slightly, well, more stack neutral, and I feel better for squats. So we'll see. The good thing is though, this is all in the realm of the weight I should be doing, so things are looking up. I'm slippery. Still felt fine though, just slippery. Well, I've got to a tour top set, but it was only a 220 single. I knocked about 10-ish kilos, 5 or 7.5 off my bench and like 10 off my squat today, just because I had no idea what was going to happen with my central nervous system. The exact same thing that happened last time where I loaded 270, thought it was fine, and then could have crushed me. So it didn't happen, touch wood. And yeah, so you're going to see my back offset, which is a set 7 of 180. Okay, my feet slid quite a bit, but that actually felt really nice. I just felt like I was through the rain, which was good. All right, so I realized on that one, my feet slid before I even started consciously leg driving. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to see if I can hook my feet into the bench, which is something I used to do a while back on the pure gym benches, but basically hook my heels behind the basically upright on this bench and see what I can do with that. There's like a hand on the right hand side that dug into my leg a lot there, but at least my feet didn't move. Right, we've got some close grip Larsen press, so your boy doesn't even have to worry about leg drive, which is nice. And then the only accessory to tricep push down. So I'll do this, get to tricep push down, but I'm not going to put music in for just one accessory. You're going to listen to me grunt like a fat guy trying to get off his sofa. Let's go. Oh, it's close grip. So, a little piece of DIY talking to you during my accessories is I really like tricep pushdowns. It hits a lot of the heads of the tricep and get over it and feel strong. The thing I don't like about tricep pushdowns is that the handles, the like mushroom shaped handles, crush my pinkies, so I find it really difficult to load. But if you just get a piece of, this is like a dip rope, I guess you call it, people put around their waist. If you just grab this and then wrap it a couple of times around your hand, you can let go, and it doesn't crush your pinkies because you can put it around the meat of your hand. So I can do stuff like that, and it feels so much better. fight with it. My recommendation for a big DIY. What's up, putty people? So, that is the end of day one of, well, it's not day one, but it's the start of the taper, start of like a actual block with a goal at the end being Southerns. I feel pretty all right, to be fair. Given the fact that last week a 270 squat cut me in half and ripped down my back, and a 220 bench pinned me, in the space of a week I've gone to hitting 260 with the slipperiest back known to man. I did struggle with trying to get that bar to stay put. It's difficult. Either I wear a t-shirt and I'm drenched and just sweating, or I wear a vest and then the bar's a little bit slippy. So trade-offs. But all in all, pretty pleased with how the squat moved. Pretty pleased with how the bench moved, even with my feet just like whew, sliding on nice. 220 still moved as 220 should. And I had a bit of fun exploring more of my bench form. Every day I come closer to getting my old bench form, which I'm happy for. But yeah, that kind of summarizes today's session, which is I'm just happy. You know, I'm not back at 100%, but I'm definitely not fighting for the bare minimum anymore, which is really nice. Charlie is currently at Pure Gym right now doing her session, so she's over there somewhere. But yeah, I think it's a case of like doing what we can, and that's really nice. Charlie's fighting what sounds like a right internal shoulder impingement issue, but it's a little bit difficult to tell because it's sore to the touch and like massaging, which makes me think it's muscular, but it doesn't get any greater, the sensation of discomfort or pain, when she goes through that full range of motion, which suggests that maybe it isn't, because if it was muscular and she was going through that range of motion, it'd stretch. Unless her front delt is so damn tight, it's just not moving and it's forcing ligaments to stretch, which could be the case. We realised her posture isn't the best, but still. All in all though, I'm happy. I am fine starting this light of a weight, 260, 220, because it means that I feel like I've just come off the back of a deload. And I would start around this weight off the back of a deload. I've basically just like knocked back a block, but in all honesty, I'm fine with that. If I can perform like 90%, 95% of what I can do at my best, that should be enough to win Southerns. And I'm confident that I feel like I can build back up to that given the next 3.5 weeks and the right kind of mentality to get back at it. So I'm pretty happy about that. But all in all, I think that kind of summarizes this. I've got some housework to do. I've got to finish painting my walls, which are now green. I know these aren't, but those ones behind you, I promise, are green. Got some laundry to hang up. Paint the wall, laundry hang up, pack Charlie's car, and then we have salsa tonight, which I'm looking forward to. So thank you for chiming in. I hope your lifts stay big, your stress stays small. I hope you enjoyed the little fun facts and DIY of today's episode. It was a lot more informal. I've been your host, Alexander the Bench Viking, and I hope you have had a good time. Hopefully none of you are getting ill like I am. But if you've enjoyed it, please drop me a subscribe. I would appreciate it hugely. The bell notifies you when I post. I'm trying to post every day. Occasionally it's once every other day. And any likes and comments about anything you'd like to see or anything you like or dislike would be massively appreciated. So thank you all, and I'll see you next time. Catch.